pretty much, I think came in to talk about door knocking, so I pretty much, I feel like it's not really a choice to door knock. I mean, everybody has a choice to do it, you don't have to, but I feel like I have to, that's the main difference. And I stay strict to a schedule, so if your schedule, whatever it is, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., 40 hours a week, 50 hours a week, whatever you're doing, if you're not on appointments, or you're not doing office work, right, but then you also gotta schedule that too. Wake up early, get all your papers submitted, or do it at nighttime, because in my head, 9 to 5, or excuse me, 10 to 6 is field time. That's no other choice, it's field time, unless I did a really big number and I'm super happy, I'm going fishing or something, you know? But if I haven't hit my numbers or haven't hit my goal, it's not an option. So that's the only thing I would really suggest. I think we might do a little role play or maybe script or something in a second.
Yeah, I actually have a few questions up there,
Sure.
Hey guys, this is, we're fixing to do a panel, and we're gonna go through these questions, and I want you guys to be as brutal as you can be with the panel, but, first of all, I'm just gonna go over some basic things, for door knockers. So, hey JP, so how do you dress, buddy, whenever you go door knock?
Anybody see what I was wearing yesterday? Polo, and I'm like the State Farm guy, maybe, you know, polo and khakis or jeans. Sometimes I'll wear Jordans, I'll be on all black Nikes or Air Force Ones or shoes like this, depending how I'm feeling. But I don't try to overdress. My areas, you overdress, they might not open the door, you know. I think I did that a long time ago. I used to have a, you know, button up, tucked in, slacks. I'm at a level now where I feel like I can go in there and sell in shorts and a t-shirt, but if I'm door knocking, definitely, depending the area, if I'm in the east side, I might be like 2 buttons open, there's a lot of Hispanics, so I have to show some hair on my chest, show the hair on my chest. So
Easy, Javier, easy.
I fit in with them. And then if I'm on the west side, you know, I gotta get dressed a little more, because there's different type of people. So knowing your area is a big part, I would say, knowing if you've worked this county, or whatever county it is, a long time, I would say definitely, you might have to switch it up a little bit. And it's just like your approach at the door as well.
So what do you say at the door?
Your approach at the door, I mean, definitely it depends how they answer the door too, you know, because if they like have the door cracked, you know, or they open it and it's like smoke everywhere, or there's dogs, you know, there's so many different scenarios. But on a regular approach, if they're looking super friendly, and like, hey, you know, smiling, you know, then I'll give a longer introduction. But if they're kind of like, you know, like, what the hell you want, man? You know, I wouldn't even say I'm with this company or this. I would just say, hey, you mailed this in, and I'll just shove the lead in their face. But if they're really nice, I'll introduce myself. You know, I'm the benefits coordinator. I'm the local guy here. I've been assigned your file. So I would normally say, hey, my name's Javier. You've recently mailed in this form. See if you qualify for the burial plans through Florida. Sometimes I'll say burial insurance. It really depends on the person. But usually I'll say the state regulated burial plan to cover final expenses. I have a little pen. I'll circle where it says final expenses, because half of the people will say, oh, I didn't mail that. Nobody remembers they mailed it. Just for the record. If anybody ever gives you that, oh, I didn't mail it, and shove the lead in their face, and nicely, and say, look, this is your handwriting, this is your handwriting. I mean, and sometimes little things that you don't do that wouldn't even let you get in that door, you know. Perfect example, I was telling this gentleman right here, a guy, I think on Wednesday, right before I was getting ready to head out over here, the way I have my leads, I have everything on a spreadsheet, on Google Sheets, and I have notes. My appointment setter calls everybody, sets up my schedule. Whatever no-show I get, or if I have time in between, I door knock, because people don't keep their appointments. You know, you're probably gonna get 5 or 6 door knock no-shows a week or so, you know, if you're running 20, 30 appointments. So I go through, depending how much time I have in between appointments. So let's just say I got a 10, 11:30, a 1, and then there's a gap till 4. And then I got a 4, a 5, and a 6. chances are, I already know this the day before, so at nighttime or in the morning, I'm seeing who didn't answer on my spreadsheet, you know? Those are the ones I'll try to hit first, because I only have 2 hours to door knock. But if I have a lot of time, keep my leads organized. I mean, I like everything uploaded into the computer and stuff, but I also like paper. I'm still old school on paper too. And in our business, like, most people print out the leads. I mean, most people, you know, some people have a tablet like him, but most people print out the leads. At least my style is that way. And you can even bring the tablet with the lead and say, hey, look, you showed it, but I'll be scared to drop my tablet, and then I gotta, you know, smack them up. So I print out the lead, I keep them organized. I have like 6 binders, all tabbed up. 32808, 32828. East side is this binder, west side is this binder, south side is this binder, north is this binder. So if I have a short amount of time and I'm in 32808, I'll just open up the binder, grab 10 leads out, and just stick them in Road Warrior, put my location where I'm at. Takes 10 minutes to set up in the beginning. You can do it the night before. Sometimes doing it in advance is better, because when you get that no-show at 1 o'clock and now you actually have like 4 hours or something, or whatever the time frame is, it's real easy to just play something on your phone, call Ruben, chit chat, hey buddy, how you doing? Call Matt, call like 5 guys, an hour passes and you're sitting in your car, you know? So I think the biggest part, because I don't think I'm the best door knocker, I mean, I'm not even close to it. There's guys like back in the days that, you know, when I got taught this business to door knock. They told me, do not call your leads. It was like calling your leads was a big red flag, because you get less out of them, you know? Especially if you're working 10 leads a week. And that's pretty much what I started with, 10, 15 leads a week for a while. And you know, you break down the numbers, you'll get 2 or 3 sales maybe, and then, you know, average that by 700, 600. Your lead cost, you're probably not gonna make 100 grand, you know, working 15, maybe if you're really good. So if you wanna do more volume, you gotta up your lead some, you know? And that was one of the things that Matt had told me, you know, cause I asked, there was a bunch of guys, Gatlin was one of them actually, and I saw him doing on the group me all these big old numbers. I'm like, how come I'm not hitting those numbers? And then he told me, oh, he's a young guy, he's 20 something, and I saw he has a picture of him with his dog. I'm like, who's this guy with his dog, you know? I'm like, he is not better than me, you know? And then he told me how old he was, and then he told me how many leads he was working. I was like, so what's the difference? And I said, oh, I'm part-time, he's full-time. So I thought I was full-time.
Yeah.
I thought I was working hard too, you know? And you can make a great living, and depending what you want your living to be, right? On a part-time thing, you know, if you need, you know, 5, 6, 7 grand a month, and you're happy with that, then that's fine. But I wanted to do a little bit more, you know?
Do you have leads for the doors that you knock all the time?
Yeah. My trunk is literally my office. I got, I think I took pictures and sent it to somebody. I have 2 storage bins with big folders with all my apps, and I mean, you could eliminate all that with a tablet, right? But I like it this way. And there's my binders with all. I print my leads out. Friday night, my wife prints my leads and puts them on the desk.
When you go
Monday morning, I take it.
whatever it is.
Yeah. I believe partnering up is a really good. This is a family business, kind of like Ricky's talking about. My wife left her job in about 2013. I was telling somebody, I hadn't even shared this with a lot of people. She worked for a podiatrist. The doctor was getting fresh with her. I wanted to go kick the doctor's butt, you know. I couldn't find him, and I said, hey, baby, let's just come do the administrative stuff. I could be more time in the field, because I hate office work. I really do.
Does she make your lunch too?
She does, yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, lunch is prepared. Lunch is prepared, yeah.
Hold it.
So, is there a certain point, like how many times you door knock? Are you?
I don't got time to re-door knock people. I'll be honest with you. I might re-door knock somebody twice. That's very rare, and I think it. I like to get kind of the easier ones, and that's why some people don't want to door knock, because it's a little harder. But because I want to extract more out of my leads, and I want to get that extra, you know, instead of getting 8 or 9 sales, I want to get 10 or 11, or, you know, whatever it is, I'll I'll scrape up 2 or 3 on a door knock a week. Some of them are huge. It'll be like a $2,000 case on the door knock, and I'm like, oh, I knew today was gonna be great, you know? Or you'll run 6 appointments, they're awful, every single appointment, and then you're like, okay, it's not 6 o'clock yet. I had a horrible day, but I've got these 10 other people that never answered. I've got 2 hours. Let's just go hit them, knock them out. And those will be the ones you sell, and your appointments, you'll get crap. And this business is very unpredictable, so you never know. I mean, it's unpredictable, but realistically, the numbers are go in front of people, and this is what you're gonna do.
Do you
know?
try to get in the house whenever you're there, or do you try to?
No, I
schedule it
never,
later?
heck no, schedule later, are you kidding me? I don't got time to come back. Unless they tell me, but I would never, and it all depends on the person too, so they're like, oh, I wasn't expecting you to show up, you're supposed to mail me something, oh, you can't just show up in my house.
And what do you say?
I say, well, I do apologize, we called you, most of the time we did call, my appointment setter calls, and that's why sometimes I don't like looking at the notes, because if I look at the notes and it says cursed me out, hung up, when I'm going at the door, I'm like, oh, shit. So I might pass on that one, but it depends how much time I have. How much time I have. The guy at Door Knock Wednesday, I was trying to say that, it said, lost job, call back in 3 months. And I was in that same zip code, literally 10 leads, all within 2 minutes. So I said, whatever, I'm here. I was like, I got a half hour more or something before I gotta stop. And he was one of the last ones I hit. And boom, he actually had a Omaha policy, a graded policy that he had like 7 months ago. He was doing odd jobs, collecting disability. So he's making money, he has a policy 6 or 7 months. I feel good writing that, you know? And also, we gave him $10,000 for the same thing he's paying with Omaha, and he had 0 health problem besides his back. And that's why he was collecting disability, he got injured. So,
He had a graded Omaha policy, is that what you're saying?
he had the mailer, the direct-to-consumer one, yeah. Yeah.
And you got him first day covered.
Yeah, we got a first day covered, 10,000 for the same thing, he was paying 43 for 43.
So you don't have much time in between, calls. You don't have much windshield time.
In between appointments?
Uh-huh.
Well, I schedule my appointments an hour and a half apart.
Well,
I
mean,
schedule a 10, 11:30, a 1, a 2:30, a 4, a 5, and a 6. The last 2, I kind of keep them together because those seem to go wrong always, but it backfires if the 5 o'clock is really good and I'm writing 3 cases, and then I'm getting to the 6 at 7. But I'll still show up anyway, even if it's, unless it's really far,
Yeah.
you gotta make the call.
I have several, most of mine are anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes to an hour apart.
What kind of leads?
I got a-
What kind of leads you working?
I'm rural.
Well, what kind of leads are you working on? Telemarketed, direct mail?
Well, I work direct mail and Facebook. That's what I started with.
Usually Facebook, you'll be far because they're all over, but
Right.
maybe with direct mail, you can organize it closer with your zip codes. That way you'll have 10 in the same area, so you won't be far apart.
No,
Sometimes if you're working such less
What's
leads,
the-
I wouldn't even set up appointments, honestly. I
Yeah.
would door knock everything.
What-
Working a
what-
small amount of leads, don't even set up appointments.
what's
I
the
think it's
population of
waste.
where you're at, where you're working?
Well, I have a big area. I'm lucky to have the big area, but a lot of it is bad, so I've removed a lot of it.
Right.
I think it's 1.7 million people, Orange County. There's a lot of people.
In Orange County?
Yeah, Orange County.
Oh geez, I got 47,000 in the whole K County.
Yeah, well, but just because, I don't know if that's your population, but that doesn't mean that I got 1.7
No, no,
seniors,
no, no.
you know?
It's just more concentrated though.
Yeah, it's more concentrated, and also I've worked this county for ages. I mean, I've been there
You
over
kinda
a
know how to get
decade,
around.
so I know. And a lot of times you play the game where it's like, okay, I got a 10:30, and it's on, the west side, and then the east side's 30, 40 minutes away. So I'm like, hey, I'm showing up to that 10:30 at 10. And I respect people's time, but I respect mine more than theirs, I'll be honest.
Yes.
with you, because I'm the one driving across downtown, and they will be the last person to respect your time. So, I thought you were showing up at 10:30, hey, better early than late, right? Can I
Or
come in?
90% of the time,
Yeah.
I forgot I set the appointment.
Or that too, and then also, that, and, when you're late, you just walk in. A lot of people get scared, you just walk in, I mean, I guess when you've been doing this a while, you know that you just walk in, yeah, so.
Okay, what's your average on 10 leads? What do you, 1 out of 10, 2 out of 10?
Out of 10 leads, I'll probably get 2 or 3 sales, maybe 4 if you're lucky, but 3 sales is a good number, I would say. I get about maybe, on a bad week, 8 sales a week, if I'm doing 40 leads, but probably 10 to 12 sales.
Is that what you're doing, about 40 a week then? 40 leads a week?
Yeah, yeah, 40, but then a lot of them don't got phone numbers, and then some of them are duplicates, so sometimes people be like, oh my God, you're on 40 leads, it sounds so unreal, but nah, it's not really as much as you think it is.
Might end up being 30 to 33 out
Yeah,
of 40
yeah,
that you
yeah,
ordered.
yeah. And then the good thing is that you got somebody that didn't answer from before,
Yes.
so you really got way more than 40 in a way, but a lot of those
Yeah.
told you go fly a kite, so those would be the ones you, alright, stick them inside, and now I got extra time, and I'm gonna go knock them, because, I mean, it's really so simple, but I think sometimes just the desire to do it, or the fear doesn't let us, and it's just doing it. It's just like, you probably heard of the Art Williams, the old thing, just do it, how's it get, do it, or whatever.
Yeah.
You just gotta do it and don't even think about it. You got time? Let's like, look, this is my schedule. These are my field times. You got a boss. Your boss tells you get your butt to work. If you don't go to work, you got problems, you're gonna lose your job. In my mentality, I'm motivated a little bit by pain.
You're your own boss.
Yeah, well, and also what's your why and all that stuff, a lot of people say, and some people get motivated by pleasure. Me, I'm pain, I'm more like, oh, I gotta do it, I'm hard on myself, and I think sometimes that works for me, you know?
I heard somebody say one time about sticking with your schedule, not.
The
stop
schedule,
at
you-
dry cleaners.
No,
don't go
exactly,
grocery
dude,
shopping.
don't do it,
Yeah.
you can't, because when you do that, an hour goes by fast, man, and you stop, I gotta go home to Home Depot to get a stainless steel screw for the boat, because the hinge came off, you know. Now, if you wrote 4 or 5 policies that day and you got a little extra time, okay, I'll go get that screw, you know, or I'll get it later, but Home Depot closes late, so we're good. But if it's something that you have to do, it's one of the benefits. It's kind of like the benefits of being your own boss is that you can do that stuff. But then also it's like a double-edged sword. It's actually your enemy.
Throw too much rope out there, you're gonna hang yourself.
Huh? Good.
Hey, brother,
Thank you.
thank you so much. Okay, so, I'm very, very